Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, June 16th, 2020. Each week I try to do a short chat to let you know what I'm thinking, feeling, and hearing. My heart breaks every day. It breaks into pieces that I do not know if I can recover. What is the price of a Black life, a brown life, a woman's life, an LBGTQ person's life? What is the value? None of us are surprised or shocked about what's happening around us. Black people specifically have been killed since we arrived on the ship, and even when we were on the ship, we were killed. People say this feels different. I hope it is. I hope it really will bring about a change. But I'm not just talking about preserving life, because that is the most important thing. God gave life, and only God should be the person to take life away. But I'm also talking about equality across all spectrums of society. Give the voiceless a voice, the invisible visibility, pay equitably, jobs, opportunity, legacy for families. Give everything we can to give us equal footing. I was talking to someone yesterday about affirmative action. And as most of you know, there's a lot of pushback about affirmative action. Why should Blacks need any help now? Brown people need any help now? They've been free for 400 years. We don't have anything to make up for. If you ask the average Black student in any kind of college right now, there are times when people who do not look like them question why they're there. If you ask the average Black or brown man or woman about a job that they work in, why they're there. Are we a quota? Are we some kind of justification to make the organization feel like they've done something? I've been asked many times by white people, what should I do? Have those difficult conversations. See people, regardless of their color, the thickness of their lips and hips, as equals. Because we all born and we all die. And of course there's taxes, but we won't talk about that. But these are the two things that we have in common that is immediate. When you dig deeper into the surface, you'll find out that we have a lot more in common than just the things that are defined characteristically by a person's physicality. Sometimes I feel sorry for myself. Sometimes I feel sorry for those around me. And sometimes I feel totally helpless. I don't know what to do. I give my best to my work, to my family, to my community, to anyone that I can, and it's not enough. I don't think I've shared this with you, but a few years ago, we investigated food insecurity on my college campus. And I think we surveyed about 6,500 students, undergrads, grads, and professional students. And we probably got about 1,600 or 1,700 responses. And probably was because I had done the survey and who am I, right? But what was really interesting about those 1,600 or 1,700 responses, there were 75 people at my university who had eaten out of a trash can in order to have food. Now ponder that for a minute. 75 people had eaten out of a trash can to have something to eat that day. When I first went to my university, I'd start in the morning, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning and work till 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. I love my job. I still do. But at that time, I was deeply in love with my job because they had given me an opportunity and I wanted to prove I was worthy. And because I worked such diverse hours, I got to know a lot of the students in the law school, black, white, blue, green, and brown, a lot of students. They all came to know that I was a place to get a good home cooked meal. My doors were always open. They had a place where they could socialize without any oversight, because my husband and I would leave them to the space that they were in, and we'd go eat our own dinner away from them. Sometimes my husband would interact with them, but for the most part, they were here, and this was their home, not a cafeteria or a restaurant. They didn't have to pay, and there was no interest fee. There was no judgment. They just came and ate. And when I think about that, someone said to me this morning, this must have cost you thousands of dollars for as many times as you've done it. It has. But I believe in the universe. I believe in God. I believe I have a purpose on this earth. But in my 12 years at my university, I'm in the exact same place I had been the day I started. I'm often told that I can do something or I can say something, but I know that's not the case because there's always retribution, for that. There was a man at my university by the name of Dick Danner. And when I first started working at Duke, he was, to me, kind of rough and tough, but genuine. And over my 10 years with him, he became a mentor, a friend, an ally, a listening ear. He was an old white man, and he did not see me by my color, my credentials, what I had done or had not done. He accepted me into his life wholeheartedly. He died 2 years ago, and my heart still hurts today because of the genuineness and kindness he showed to me. And then there's Kyle Kavanaugh, the Vice President of Finance and Administration for the university. Another one of those outstanding human beings, because I am very low on the totem pole. I have no voice. I have no power. I met him the year I did Duke Leadership Academy, which I believe was either 2013 or 2014. And the kindness he has given to me over the years is just exceptionally phenomenal, because someone with so much power would see someone with so little power and include them in their lives. Soon you'll meet Dan Bruno. Dan Bruno is the COO for Chief Operating Officer for Duke Health, Duke DHTS. They're the IT arm of Duke Health. 30-some years in the military, numerous experiences and expertise in various things. Me again, this lowly little Black woman, barely making it. These people have cared for me. They have nurtured me. They've reached out to me. And my point in telling you that is to tell you that the relationships that you develop, it takes equal sides to contribute. If you're looking for someone to help you up, you're probably not going to get it. But if you can get someone to see you, and I mean really see you, to connect to your soul, your spirit, regardless of their race, you have a chance. You have a chance. You have a chance at opportunity. You have a chance at advancing. Many of us do not have that because we are fearful for losing our jobs. We are fearful for being chastised for saying or doing the wrong thing. And admittedly, I am too. I don't think that I'm valued where I work. I think I add value, but I don't think those around me see value. I am not an angry Black woman. I'm a 61-year-old Black woman who has been hurt my entire life. If I were to tell you my life story, you'd be shocked that I am sitting here today talking to you. But I made it. I made it because I believe it was my destiny to make it. Some of these videos you will watch are students who come to my house for a home-cooked meal or come to me for advice or come to me for help financially. And whenever they ask, I give. And I don't worry where I'm going to get the money from, because my faith is that strong that God will provide for me. The universe will provide for me, regardless to what I expend or don't expend. So I believe in that. But I want to share something I read. Many of you know I am a huge Malcolm X fan. I admire him so much, to see the journey he made from prison to Muslim to leader to martyr. Amazing man. And like so many other people who have been assassinated before their time was due, I hurt for that. Wish I could have known him. I wish I could interview him. I wish I could talk to him. Have a picture of him hanging up in one of my rooms. And occasionally when white people come to my house, they ask me, is that my father? How I wish I could have been a part of his life, through every step of his journey. What he leaves with us is the ability to lead, grow, and change. So if you look at Malcolm Little and the little miscellaneous skirmishes he had with the law, and then look at Malcolm Little in prison and his growth to Malcolm X and his work with the Nation of Islam, by any means necessary, which is taken out of context so often. But by any means necessary, that we can exist equally. And then as a martyr, shot dead during a speech. Who killed him? Who knows? There's a lot of conspiracy people out here that says this is why he died, or this is why what happened to him happened. Who knows? We do know he is no longer with us, but hopefully his soul, his spirit still lingers among us, because he was a phenomenal man. So I'm going to read a little something to you. It's a speech he had done, I want to say 1962 or something like that. I mean, not exactly sure, but I want to read this to you, and I'm going to read about a page and a half into the speech. And I'm going to read exactly what he said. And it was in 1963. It says, on December 10th, 1963, while the leading spokesman for the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X, gave a speech at a rally in Detroit. The speech outlined in basic Black nationalist philosophy and established him as a major critic of the civil rights movement. The speech appears below. And so I'm going to read you about 3 paragraphs of this. And during the few moments that we have left, we have just an off-the-cuff chat between me and you. We want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody can easily understand. We all agree tonight, all the speakers have agreed that America has a serious problem. Not only does America have a very serious problem, but our people have a very serious problem. America's problem is us. We are her problem. The only reason why she has a problem is that she doesn't want us here. Every time you look at yourself, be you Black, brown, or yellow, a so-called Negro, you represent a person who poses a serious problem for America because you are not wanted. Once you face this fact, you can start plotting a course that will make you appear intelligent instead of unintelligent. What I want you and I to do is to learn to forget our differences. We come together, don't come together as Baptists or Methodists. You don't catch hell because you're a Baptist. You don't catch hell because you're a Methodist. You don't catch hell because you're a Democrat or a Republican. You don't catch hell because you're a Mason or an Elk. And you sure don't catch hell because you're an American. Because if you were American, you would catch no hell. You catch hell because you are a Black man. You catch hell, all of us catch hell for the same reason. So we all, Black people, so-called Negroes, second-class citizens, ex-slaves, you are nothing but an ex-slave. You don't like to be told that, but what else are you? You are an ex-slave. You didn't come here on the Mayflower. You came here by a slave ship, in chains, like a horse, a cow, or a chicken. You were brought here by people who came on the Mayflower. You were brought here by the so-called pilgrims or the founding fathers. They were the ones that brought you here. We have a common enemy. We have this in common. We have a common oppressor, a common exploiter, a common discriminator. But once we all realize we have this in common, then we will unite on a basis of what we have in common. And where foremost is that common enemy, the white man. He is an enemy of us all. And I know some of you think that they are not enemies. Time will tell. And I will not read further because it's a very, very long speech. Some of the parts that Malcolm says in the speech, I want to share with you. It's time to unite, not by skin color, not by gender, not by religion, not by any construct that makes us something. It's time for us to unite to ask for change, for us to see affirmative action for the flawed law it is. Because when a white person can claim that they're being discriminated against, if a Black person has an opportunity through affirmative action to achieve, 400 plus years, white people have had everything. Almost every white person I have spoke to have never felt unsafe in America unless they left this country. I know very few white people who are hungry, who wonder if their children are safe when they leave their presence. Wonder will their children get the best education? And know they will leave their children a legacy. Land, money, stock, whatever, a legacy. Most of us leave our children nothing or very little. Steve Harvey said in his Oprah's master class, I want my great, great, great grandchildren to know my name. I do too. So that's why I do these chats. I want us to unify so that we can bring about change. A Black life matters. To put your knee on someone's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds and think that's okay, says that person is not human. My husband told me I made a mistake in something I said the other day about holding your breath for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. He said, if you stop holding your breath, you will not die. But if you held your breath for 8 minutes and 46 seconds and did not stop holding your breath, you would die. We pay law enforcement, legislators, all those other people to take care of us. But in reality, they're not taking care of us. They're not concerned with us. This current space with what happened to Mr. Floyd and what happened in Atlanta on Friday are opening the eyes for many Black and brown and white people in a different way. The protesters are diverse. People are giving money, giving jobs. But I was asked a question last week. Do I think that you should hire someone just because they're Black or brown? Absolutely not. Because if I hire someone based on their race or gender and they're unable to do the job, both of us are vulnerable. I need to hire the person that can best do the job. But if there is a qualified Black or brown person, they should be given the same weight as a non-Black or brown person. I don't think I particularly agree with Malcolm that we have an exploiter and a discriminator and oppressor ubiquitously. I think there are racist white people. I think there are pockets of people who do not want to see Black people move from their lot in life. Where's my 40 acres and a mule? Where's my land? Where's my reparation? There will be none, because that means you'd be giving Black people an opportunity. Every segment of our society in the current situation has been known, has either been a law or some policy put in place, redlining. Black people couldn't live in certain neighborhoods. Japanese internment camps. People trying to enter from the border. Children separated from mothers and fathers. If that doesn't break your heart, I don't know what will. Simply because they're trying to find a better life. As I sit here, I'm still my work hours. I have things I need to do. But I couldn't help but want to say this to you and ask you. These conversations are meant for people without a voice, people that are at the bottom. You know, Jay-Z said he came from the mud. I came from the mud. When my mother died in 1977, she left me a small little bag of silver money, probably less than $3. And she left her birth son, because she was my paternal aunt, my mother. She left her birth son a 38 gun. Now, I don't know, what kind of gun. I just knew it was a 38. I don't know what it was. But that's what she left me. I went to school and grew up in a town where the N-word was so pervasive, it didn't bother us because we had heard it so much. We didn't know it was as bad. I had a man tell me one day, a white man sitting out in front of a store, "You're cute for an N." What did that mean? What did I hear? I went to school. I was told that I'm just going to be pregnant and barefoot and just having children and on welfare. I was told that Black people can't aspire to careers such as doctors and lawyers and teachers and all of those things. No, that's not possible for Black people. I was told that Christopher Columbus discovered America, totally disregarding the Native Americans who had been here for however long. So here I am, 61 years old, born in Brooklyn, New York, raised in Walterboro, South Carolina. And I struggle every day to breathe. When I ask for opportunity, probably not. When I ask for a raise, nah. When I try to advance, nah. Not going to happen. But I hope you people that are coming behind me, my young son, my young daughter, and the generations that follow them, will eradicate this virus called racism. Because it's not beneficial to anyone. It's not beneficial to the white supremacists. It's not beneficial to the white people who think they're better. Because if you look at a box of crayons, if they only have white crayons in the box, what kind of picture would you have? Nothing. You need every color in the box of the crayon to create art, to create life. If you look in the outside at trees, there's so many varieties of trees that it is almost unfathomable. My favorite is magnolia, of course, but beautiful trees. They are different colors. They turn colors different times of the year, but beautiful trees. The handiwork of the universe is diverse. There are a large number of diverse animals. Just in the monkey and gorilla family, you've got a silverback, a black, a brown. Diversity is necessary for us to separate ourselves, to say we're better because we're white, to say we're better because our hair is blonde and our eyes are blue. Okay, then what? And I say to these affluent Black people, if you're a Jay-Z fan, listen to the song, The Story of OJ. When I was younger, it was called the one drop rule. You know, if you had one drop in your body, no question, you were Black. Even Black colleges had guidelines that if you weren't lighter or the color of a paper bag, you could not be admitted. Jim Crow worked well. It has divided Black people so perversely that we don't see each other. It's bad to be light. It's bad to be dark. It's bad to have thick lips. It's good to have thick lips. Fine hair, kinky hair. And we bought into that, and we still hold on to that. I can't tell you I've heard of team light skin. What is that? Where's there a team light skin? Where's a team dark skin? What is that? There's a team of African Americans and Latinx, Native Americans, Asians, all with blood flowing through their veins that are simple humans. It's time to see us as such. So these chats will go on as long as I can. I told you in the very beginning, it could cost me my job. Maybe I'll get some unemployment or something, or maybe somebody else will hire me. I'm good at what I do. I'm extremely organized. I multitask well, but I am vulnerable, and you may be too. So I say with this, chat with me. Share your story. Tell us what it's like to walk in the shoes that you walk in. Because the mile I've walked has been a knee on my neck since the day I was born. Not just by white people, Black and brown people have put their knee on my neck. With 40 plus years of IT experience, no one, no matter how often I apply, have been willing to hire me as a CIO or CTO, Chief Information Officer or Chief Technology Officer. The highest I've ever been is a Director of IT. And this may sound like I'm talking about me, but I'm actually talking about you. I have 4 degrees, including a doctorate degree. And there are people in those jobs that have none. So when you think about what you're going to do or what you're going to become, just remember, no matter how smart you are, no matter how hard you work, no matter how far you go, it just may not work out well for you. But you accept what's in front of you, hold your head up high, and in the words of James Cleveland, where is your faith? Faith that the universe and God will get you to your destiny. So thank you. I'm grateful for everyone that has chatted with me. I have learned so much. I am just in awe of the people that I have chatted with. Black, white, brown, everybody. They're simply awesome. So thank you. And I will talk to you one day next week. Be safe, be kind, ask questions. If you're white, check on your Black brother, Black and brown brother and sister. If you're brown or Black, check on each other. See the need to care for each other. The Me Too movement was great, but we need to remove the word me, the us movement. The us movement. And all of us, regardless of the shades of our skin, hair texture, lip thickness, butt hip thickness, us. Thank you. Stay safe.